Executive Director of Migration Watch UK. Dr. Mike Jones joins us now. Mike, politically, this is terribly bad news for, well, whoever is going to be the sitting government, particularly the Conservatives, who've said that, getting migration down is a main aim for them.
Yes, indeed. And I have enormous respect for the authors of the report, Madeleine Sumption and Alan Manning. They both try to approach the issue in the most dispassionate way possible. But actually, I believe their projections are overly optimistic. I'd be surprised if the net migration figures came below 300,000, simply because they assume that student emigration will remain at around 80%. But Robert Jenrick has said that the number of people staying here long term is around 40%, and he gets that data from the ISA database. There are also assumptions about asylum levels remaining the same as they are now, but I would question that.
But Mike, when you say student migration at 80% and other migration at 40%, are you talking about off the 300,000 figure? Because if you are talking about that as an overall figure, that surely is not as frightening as these headlines suggest, with the sort of picture that people will conjure up as the type of illegal migration that is happening, for instance.
Well, obviously there's a difference in terms of human capital between legal student migration and irregular migration. But I actually think the levels of illegal migration could increase. You've got to remember that Conservatives are unlikely to win the next general election. The Labour Party have said they will not support the Rwanda plan. They will water down the Illegal Migration Act. And essentially, they've embraced a sort of quasi-resettlement program with the EU. And given what's happening across the Mediterranean, the Bosphorus Strait and the Balkans, the number of illegal migrants entering the UK could actually increase.
Although Labour would deny it's any sort of quasi-quota with the EU. Again, we've asked them that specific question, and they're always at pains to say that is not in their plan. You would dispute that, would you?
Yes, I would. Quotes from other members of the Labour Party have pretty much confirmed that there's some sort of deal with the EU in place. And, ultimately, the EU is not going to accept a returns programme from the United Kingdom unless there's a quid pro quo element to it. And if we do enter into such an arrangement, then obviously we'll be receiving more illegal immigrants than the people we send back, simply because of what happened under the Dublin rules when we were a member of the EU. That was weighted very much against the interests of the UK. And as a non-EU member, we would have considerably less leverage.